Hello and welcome to West Country Wanderings. Today we're in South East Cornwall, one of my Cornwall series here in Polperro. Actually, Polperro is a place I've never been to in South East Cornwall. Been past the enormous car park. It costs £10 for 6 hours and £12 for 10 hours here. But we've came on the bus from Liskeard, which just costs £2 for an hour's bus journey, which is great value for money. So £4 return from Liskeard, and also you can access Liskeard on the main Cornish main railway line as well, so it's convenient for that. Also, you can catch the train to the loo and then hop over to Polperro on the bus as another alternative to that. Anyway, let's head down into the village and have a good look around. And once you've gone past the main car park, you can't drive further down. That's why I do recommend coming here on the bus. But yeah, you have to drop your car and pay for that. The cars that you do see coming down are people that actually live in this fishing village, which is now more of a tourist information. But there are some tourists here today in this Saturday in the middle of May. So I'm here with my daughter today, so we're having a good explore around here. I think there might be a model village, so we're going to check that out. Just noticed that there are lots of guest houses and B&Bs as you walk down the road into the village as well, so that might be an option for you if you want to stay here in Polperro itself. So this is the entrance to the model railway, model village. Sadly it's closed today. It did show it was open online, but there is a little notice saying it is closed for whatever reason. But it was the site of a blacksmith's between 1700 and 1800 of that little goblin's entrance there. And it's a lovely model village. Now, in the earlier part of the video, you may have heard quite a few German accents and been surprised to hear that here in South East Cornwall. The reason for that is it's popular with German tourists because of Rosamund Pilcher, the author. A lot of her dramas have actually been filmed by German television in and around this area. So Polperro is where the River Pol, P-O-L, meets the sea. And there is some speculation that the name derives from Perron, as in Perron, Saint Perron, Piran. See where I'm going with this? The saint that came from Ireland. If you watch my Perranporth video there in the sands there, you'll see the place that he set up his original chapel. So he thought it comes from that, Pol and Piran, Polperro. But there are other derivatives of the well, and no one of the historians can agree exactly how Polperro got its name. But one thing we can agree on is the fact that it really is a beautiful day, especially on a day like today in mid-May. Now, there are a number of really old buildings here in Polperro. This one included. This one is called Island House, and it dates from the 16th century. And you can hire the whole thing. So in case you're wondering exactly where Polperro is in relation to the rest of Cornwall, we're about 4 miles to the west of the town of Looe, which I covered back in January on my channel. I'll put a link to that video at the end of this one. Very, very different conditions here. That was a really chilly day, though it was very sunny. It was also very quiet, no tourists. And we are 7 miles to the east of the Cornish town of Foy, which lies the other side of the Badinic ferry that crosses over the River Foy. So it's a really good location to visit other places in this part of South East Cornwall. Nowadays, Polperro is more famously known for its tourism, but previously it was the heart of Cornwall's fishing industry, particularly pilchards. Not only were pilchards caught off here, some still are, but it was also a site of processing of pilchards, including extracting them as well as preserving them with salt. The oil residue was then later used for both heating and lighting to cover the whole of Cornwall. Now this here is called the House on the Props. I thought it was a spelling mistake, thinking it meant prom, as in promenade, but it's not. It's because it's an overhang propped up above the River Pol. It's now currently a guest house and also a cafe and restaurant. Now you might think that the fishing was taken over by the tourism. That's not entirely true. What actually happened is that the pilchard shoals that were off the English Channel here in the southern coast of Cornwall diminished in the 20th century. Perhaps that was to do with pollution, I'm not too sure. But these days some fishing still takes place, although it's not pilchards anymore, it's things like monkfish, crab and flatfish, which are a delicacy, and then they're taken out by road to the restaurants in London area, but also some specialist restaurants in and around the West Country as well. Now, Polperro and smuggling go hand in hand. Smuggling has happened here since this became a harbour in the 12th century. But smuggling reached its zenith here in Polperro in the 18th century. And the reason for that was because of the wars between Britain and France, and the Americans as well. And because of that, there was high taxation to fund the war efforts. Because of the high taxation, the fishermen here in Polperro decided that they could boost their income by smuggling in goods. Things like beer and also brandy from places like Guernsey. There was a key figure here in Polperro at that time, one Zephaniah Job, who became known as the smuggler's banker. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this tour here of Polperro and South East Cornwall, giving you a flavour and capturing the interest of this place. Really fascinating place. A lot of you probably already know it. It's a very, very popular tourist destination here in South East Cornwall, but it's a lovely place to come in. If you can come in on public transport, you know, I'm an advocate of public transport, so much the better, I think. But it's well worth a day's trip and an explore around. You can also take it in using the Southwest Coast Path, which passes right through here as well. That's it for today here on West Country Wanderings. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and I hope to see you on the channel again very soon. All the best for now. Bye-bye.